I just smoked my glasses. Pow. Destroyed. Yeah. Rest in peace. Glasses. And welcome to another edition of, I don't know, whatever we call it, but it stars myself. In this video I talk about a huge mistake I made regarding skateboarding in my life. In this episode, starring me, and you know, roll that VT. Yeah, you might be asking to yourself, well, why on earth would skateboarding be like a mistake? What on earth is she referring to? So, in order for this to make sense, I'm going to rewind the clocks back. So, I started skateboarding age 13. I'm now 34, so that's 21 years ago, approximately the year 2000, in a place very similar to where I live now, in Wales, in the middle of nowhere pretty much, and not very much tarmac, but probably like one of the worst places to like grow up being a skateboarder. But anyway, I skated dedicatedly for quite a few years, then on and off, and then in my 20s discovered snowboarding, did some snowboarding instead. Still had my skateboard, and I kind of maybe always hoped that I'd get back on the board again, but for some reason I don't know where I didn't. Anyway, fast forward from there to age 25, I had foot surgery for a bunion, hallux valgus, and that it went well, but unfortunately the correction went well. The surgical result was not good. I ended up with a condition called complex regional pain syndrome, CRPS for short, and basically that's what took over my leg and my life and made me a full-time wheelchair user. I decided I wanted gone, so about 18 months ago I successfully had a through-knee amputation of my right leg, and as a result of that I'd kind of already been waking up to the idea that I wanted to take up skateboarding again, because it was something that really interested me. I just, you know, I think I always thought I had a choice whether I could pick up a skateboard or not, and when the choice was like taken away from me for I guess almost like 10 years, when I finally stepped foot, when I finally started skateboarding again, I'll show you some clips of when I first started out, which was like January 2020, so start of like the pandemic last year basically, and yeah, and like through the whole of like COVID, like skateboarding became like my therapy, my mental health tool, my kind of only sanity in the whole thing really, combined with the fact that I hadn't been able to do like much of anything for almost 10 years, getting back on like a skateboard, and at the time I started doing kneel down skateboarding, which was actually really hard because I've been sitting in a wheelchair for so long. I had like no balance outside of my wheelchair. I got great balance in my wheelchair. I could do like wheelies, 360s, drop down steps, drop in. I've even got 10-foot drop in on a quarter pipe, which was pretty insane, and I look back and I can't actually believe I did it, but I will put that one in now just for you if I can find it. I think it might be on my old Instagram or wherever, but yeah. So like when skateboarding finally came back into my life, I really was like so overwhelmed. I guess like I felt like I had to make it for all the years lost, and I would be like, unless I went skateboarding like every single day, it doesn't matter how much pain I was in, how much my bladder was hurting, because I get repeated bladder infections, UTIs, because of long-term catheterization due to long-term bladder pain and bladder problems, and like even my bladder, my bowel pain, which I also suffer as well, my phantom pain, all these things, even when everything was like really bad, or my nausea, I just felt like I had to go out and get onto my skateboard and skate around, and anything that stopped in the way of that would just like drive me like mad, and probably make me a really bad person to be around in the last 12 months. For that, I apologise, I've not been terribly social, but like it just like, oh my goodness, I can't even describe like the feeling of freedom to be able to do something like that after so many years of not. So I guess that was kind of it really, and I was just scared, like, I once you've developed a condition like CRPS, you realise the fragility of the human body and the fact that it's just one little thing can take you from being a completely, and I would say before that, up to age 24, pretty much healthy person, you know, broken finger, hand here and there, just normal stuff, but like never anything like this happened to me. And then my first ever surgery, on my foot as well, obviously, and I ended up with complex renal pain syndrome. So after I had my amputation and things have gone really well, like things have still been going really well for me. I'm having a really bad bout of phantom pain at the moment, which I'm kind of accepting. It just is what it is. Which I think is always going to make things like prosthetics really difficult for me. I still do have some sort of residual amount of CRPS, so I try not to aggravate that too much if we can. Like, it's that nowhere means like the way it was before, but like the phantom pain feels like CRPS. It's just like the leg isn't there. So, but it still in itself is a million times better to cope with, in the sense that I'm not having to like whack a leg, that I can't like move around that much. I had really poor mobility in my knee, like I couldn't flex it, it was kind of like that kind of movement, but I couldn't move my ankle. It was almost pretty much fused. Yeah, like December I broke my hand and getting really stressed about stuff, and I was like stressed because I wanted to really start this channel, just stressed about life really, I don't know, just managed to get myself in a real worked up situation, I guess Christmas, and just worrying all the time I was going to get everything done for Christmas, and I fell over, hurt my hand. After hurting my hand, well, I hurt my hand, I broke my hand, this hand, I don't mind pointing at that hand, it was that hand, it broke in, my finger was pointing at a strange angle, x-ray. And like, as a result of that, I couldn't skateboard the way I normally skate, because I normally push using my hands when I was kneeling down skateboarding. So I tried like doing some stuff on the skateboard in the hallway in my house, because it was like middle of winter, it's December at this point. I managed to give myself bursitis on my left kneecap, and it basically swelled like huge. So like now I'm doubly annoyed because I can't kneel down, and I didn't tell the doctor what I'd done, but I had a feeling I knew that how it happened was the fact that I'd been doing the kneel down skateboarding, and like my leg just couldn't take it anymore. So this made me think like a lot more outside the box. So a few weeks after my hand was starting to heal a bit better, I started getting this little bit of an idea about trying crutch skateboarding, and that I did. But in this realization, I get really anxious and scared about the thought of getting older and not being able to skateboard, and just like a very like real like anxiety over not being able to get out, and anybody like sort of standing in the way of that would make me quite anxious. And it wasn't until like I took a little bit of a step back and realised kind of how much like skateboarding is like the main thing in my entire life. Without even realising it, I had made it the pivotal focus, and everything was about that. And when I couldn't skateboard, there was nothing else to fill that. So that's when things start to get a little bit interesting. But yeah, so I'm not saying like skateboarding is bad, and far from it, but the mistake I made, and I don't want a mistake other people to make, and I'm not telling anybody what to do or anything, is but you have to have another outlet, you have to kind of have somewhere else to go in life. So when you can't do this, you don't lose this, because like, man, like, you know, pushed away all the negative thoughts and thinking I was doing, and then also made me realise actually I was using it to try and deal with stuff that I wasn't really dealing with. I was just sort of pushing it aside, and like I was just like getting a break from it. Just again, really cool to get that space in mind. And to me, it is like meditation. It is really good for that, like getting me out of my head. I'm a classic overthinker, overanalyzer. That wasn't meant to happen. So, yeah, a couple of weeks ago I ended up finding out about this certain Japanese skill toy you may or may not have seen before. These guys, it's called Kendama, and it's a Japanese skill toy. I have two here. Yes, I've only been playing 2 weeks, and yes, I already have two. This is a fresh one that just landed today. This one I ordered from Kendama, London. Yes, this is my new obsession. It's a chrome Kendama. It's just like a pretty simple, there's nothing really exciting to it. If I can undo it. There we go. I've literally, as I said, been playing like a couple of weeks. I am totally novice at this. I've never done anything like this before. I lie, actually, I've done juggling, but I didn't know if it was something that like adaptive people could do, like skateboarding people, like people like me, because you need to be able to stand up. In all the videos I'd seen, and people use their knees, so that's where being adaptive comes in, I guess, because we're doing this slightly differently. Oh! Anyway, so that's a Crom Kendama, and this one is a Kendama Europe. It's a, I think it's play or replay, can't remember exactly. It's literally just arrived today. I haven't had a chance to like restring it. I'm not a fan of white or black string on Kendamas. Do find that my nail just dropped off the wall. I do find with the white string it's difficult to sort of like track the Kendama. Same, can't see what's what, but aha. So these two crazy toys here have brought me into like a completely different realm, something completely different to do. So trying to find things that, like, when you're feeling in that zone, or like maybe you've got an injury, you're not an amputee but you've got an injury, and you can't, you know, I think it's important to have different outlets in our lives, so we have different ways. For me, I am like one of those people, I do enjoy like skill-based stuff. I'm one of those people that can spend literally hours just like learning a skateboard trick, or like I'm trying to learn Kendama tricks. So yeah. So, and yeah, there's so many cool different tricks and stuff you can learn. I'm literally only just like scratching the surface at the moment. I'm so inspired. That's promoting the. So like yeah, I'm trying to find that different place to be. So when I can't do this, I've got something else to do. I'm gonna try and throw some like quick edits in. I think it'd be kind of fun to like mix the two up. Today I am having a. So without further ado, I'm gonna change the camera angle. I'm going to see if I can get myself propped up in a more like semi-standing position, so I've got a bit more room from the ground. So I normally try to do this in my wheelchair, but we're going to do this slightly different today. And see if we can get some Kendama tricks. Maybe we can get some skate tricks too. And yeah, see where we go from there. Alright guys? That's better. Bend. Alright guys, so just wanted to apologise, that video is a bit of a chop and changey type one. It's super warm out here today actually. I've got my towel, it has been really kind of hot, so for the first time I've had that happen, the camera was getting too hot and I had to keep taking it out and letting it cool down. It wouldn't let me carry on, so I do apologise if it's a bit like random and choppy. And secondly, also just trying like a different format, trying to do something a bit shorter and a bit more succinct. Please comment below to let me know sort of what sort of videos you'd like me doing or whatever, but like I'm trying to sort of get to this. It's a bit shorter video, a bit more digestible, because I feel my videos do probably go on a little bit too long for people, so this is a little afterthought, and it was just maybe a bit of a strange topic to cover, but one I felt like really important to cover, and like it made me think about it all the more. George Pearl's recently breaking his foot, and like, you know, doing a video the other day about dealing with and coping with the injuries, you know, that sort of thing. So that made me think a whole lot more, because it was injury and bad health that made me consider my ability to skateboard, and suddenly made me realise my perspective really just blurred, and my whole life was skateboarding, and when I couldn't skateboard it was kind of like, oh. Now that's why I did this video, and I hope my perspectives and insights might help somebody, some of you, you know. But yeah, comment below if you've had a similar experience. I'd love to know, you know, what's happening with you guys, and hoping to see you in the next video. We were up a little bit more on the subscribes, but like we're still heading for that 100 subscribers goal, guys. If we can get to 100, I can do that 100 subscribers challenge, and I've got something else I'd like to start at 100 subs. So guys, go on, you know what to do. Share this video with as many people as you can. Let's try and spread the good word about skateboarding, adaptive skateboarding, and just the awesome community that it is. And also about Kendama, because Kendama is a pretty awesome thing too, and like it's totally become a new passion, like close to my heart. On that note guys, I am going to head in, I'm going to grab a shower. It's hot, it's sweaty, but it's finally summer, and that is awesome. So thank you very much, and yeah, go back to the video. Boom.